Radio is a very important medium. I don't think most people realize the importance of it. From the standpoint of national security, it's absolutely essential. It's the only medium that can reach all the people at a moment's notice, no matter what calamity might befall the country. So it's a necessary medium. And at the same time, of course, it takes care of people who either don't like television or who are too busy to be sitting in front of a television set, who want to walk around and be entertained or informed. It's becoming more and more of an information medium. Oh, it's really divided almost in two. Either stations that put a great accent on music, practically nothing else for just a few minutes of news every once in a while, and stations that put a great accent on information and discussion. And we chose the latter course. It's a more expensive way of going about it, but it does provide a very important service. And I think it's a product that is indestructible from the standpoint of the kind of demand that there will always be for it. I pride myself in the quality of our news organization. It's certainly by far the best of any organization in broadcasting, and I think it compares favorably with any organization, even in the print media. And therefore, we're better equipped to do an all-news station operation than almost any other network or any other organization.
At a CBS radio meeting in September of 1955 at 485 Madison Avenue, John Karole, VP of Sales, predicted CBS's time sold would be more than the other three networks combined. Radio affiliates were given a segmented selling plan. The plan offered a 5-minute segment for $2,100. Frank Stanton, president of CBS, boasted that since the birth of radio advertising, more than $8 billion had been spent on commercials. Network radio advertising in 1955 was up, and year-over-year revenue would finish $4 million ahead of 1954. But privately, many of the local stations grumbled. CBS had recently instituted income-slashing one-year contracts and added a standard 6-month cancellation clause, while cutting compensation by 20%. 8 million new radios were manufactured in 1955, 45% more than the previous year. Car radios were now standard, and transistor sets were on the rise. It was estimated that mobile listening added anywhere from 30 to 70% to overall radio ratings. On-the-go ratings polls were still rudimentary, but Richard M. Mall in the Journal of Broadcasting speculated that the days of families listening together in the parlor were over. 5-minute newscasts now dominated the tops of most hours. CBS was selling news advertising at its highest rate in history, and New York was CBS's major news hub. CBS announced new evening radio programs with name-brand talent, and the $64,000 question would now be simulcast on both radio and TV. They were also increasing dramatic production. This included 2 evening strip shows at 8 p.m. that would air 5 nights per week for 15 minutes each night. One was a reboot of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. It was to star Gerald Moore, who had just finished a successful run as Christopher Storm on TV's Foreign Intrigue.
Jerry was a rather flamboyant. Do you remember the thing that he'd made in Sweden?
Foreign Intrigue. Yeah, Foreign Intrigue. That was later.
Jerry played Foreign Intrigue before Foreign Intrigue. He wore a raincoat or a top coat on the outside. He never put his hands in it.
Was it like a cape?
Seriously, he wore it as a cape, and he was very swashbuckling debonair, and he took that cape off and he sat down. He had a very beautiful voice. He's a very good actor, good radio actor, better radio actor, I thought, than he was.
Real good actor.
But he was a joy because of his flamboyant attitude and, well, how's everything going? But he was marvelous. And a ladies' man, holy cow. The ladies went bananas. They really did.
Moore recorded an audition on August 29th, 1955.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Gerald Moore as Johnny Dollar.
Al Harper at Corinthian, Johnny.
Hi, Al.
I've got a case here you won't like, but the commission will be good if we beat it.
How big is the policy?
$200,000.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm afraid to tell you the rest.
Why?
It's in Hong Kong.
Well, you haven't scared me yet.
Johnny, the policyholders are people we've had trouble with before.
I'm still not scared.
No? You Remember the Trans-Pacific Import-Export Office?
Yeah. I sent flowers to the widow.
Yeah. You still want to crack at it?
No, but I will.
Good.
Al.
Yeah.
Now I'm scared.
Veteran radio director Jack Johnstone was brought in, but Moore didn't take the part. New auditions were held the next month. Each actor had 20 minutes to pitch themselves and audition with actress Lillian Buyeff. Amongst those who read were radio mainstays Paul Dubov, Larry Thor, Jack Moyles, Tony Barrett, Vic Perrin, and the man they selected, Bob Bailey. The rebooted Yours Truly Johnny Dollar debuted over CBS airwaves at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time on October 3, 1955. The new format offered 75 minutes of weekly time, allowing tremendous character development. It wasn't long before letters were pouring into CBS.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Before I do that, please let me say thanks to all of you who are so kind about writing and telling us how much you like Johnny Dollar. It's a very gratifying experience. It's encouragement to all of us who are involved in production of the program, and, well, we appreciate your letters more than you know. As always, I'll try to answer you promptly, but sometimes the mail does pile up. In any event, thanks. Thanks very much for writing.
Well, the CBS sales team looked for national sponsorship. In early 1956, a new case took Johnny Dollar to New York City. Dollar would be in town between January 9th and 13th. Tonight, we'll focus on Yours Truly Johnny Dollar, stolen goods, and what was happening in New York that week in January of 1956.